Hello and welcome. You with NDTV. I'm Vedant Agarwal. Our lead story, well, tragic news coming in from Tamil Nadu. 8 people have died as a tourist bus plunged off and fell into a gorge in Nilgiris. The accident happened near Kannur. 8 people have died. In fact, what we're being told is that over 40 people are injured. They've been shifted to a hospital. Rescue operations are underway. Well, Chief Minister M.K. Stalin has also announced a compensation of 2 lakh rupees for the families of the deceased and a compensation of 1 lakh rupees for seriously injured. Rescue operations are underway. Listen to what the Tourism Minister of Tamil Nadu had to say.
எதிர்பாராத விதமாக ஒரு பள்ளத்தில் அந்த வாகனம் உருண்டு ஒரு 20 அடி பள்ளத்துக்குள்ளே போயிட்டு அதில் இருந்த எல்லோருக்கும் அடிபட்டு இன்னைக்கு இந்த குன்னூர் மருத்துவமனையில் இப்பொழுது ஒரு 50 பேர் இங்கே அட்மிட் ஆகிருக்காங்க. இப்போ 50 பேரில் வந்து 8 பேர் டெத் ஆகி போச்சு. இன்னும் 42 பேர் 42 பேரில் கொஞ்சம் சீரியஸ்ன்னு சொல்கிறது வந்து 3 பேர். அதில் 2 பேர் வந்து ஊட்டி மெடிக்கல் காலேஜுக்கு ரெஃபர் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. ஒருத்தர் வந்து கோயம்புத்தூர் மெடிக்கல் காலேஜுக்கு ரெஃபர் பண்ணி மீதி 10 பேர் நல்லா இருக்காங்க. அந்த மாதிரி இருக்காங்க.
Sam Daniel is with us on the phone line. Sam, absolutely tragic there. It happened near Nilgiris. 8 people have died. Many are still injured. How did the accident actually happen?
Vedant, the initial reports by police after preliminary investigation suggest the driver had lost control, and the SP told us that it appears that the driver was at fault. This has happened near Kannur when the bus was trying to negotiate a hairpin bend, at which point it lost control and veered off the hairpin bend, falling into a depth of around 20 feet. And at least 2 people, the condition of 2 people at the moment appears to be critical. Otherwise, others are out of danger. That's what the minister, the tourism minister who is at the hospital in Kannur has told journalists there. And the Chief Minister, M.K. Stalin, has condoled, has instructed the best possible treatment for those who are being treated. He's also announced a relief of 2 lakh for families of those who lost their lives, 1 lakh for the injured, severely injured, and 50,000 rupees for those with minor injuries. And this incident, it again underscores the need for road safety in Tamil Nadu. Technically, Tamil Nadu accounts for the second highest number of loss of lives in road accidents in the country, and this again underscores the need for improving road safety, and particularly this in places like this hill station, and this being a long weekend, we can understand hill stations like Nilgiris would have received a large inflow of traffic. This particular bus was carrying 55 tourists. They had come from Tenkasi district, and the bus was on its way down to Tenkasi when this accident happened. Vedant.
Sam, thanks so much for joining us with all those details. Absolutely unfortunate there. 8 people have died in this bus accident. And moving now to the diplomatic standoff between India and Canada, and well, External Affairs Minister's tough talk. He called out Canada for what he said is permissiveness for terror in the country. In fact, he went on to say, let's not normalize what's happening in Canada, and also alluded to double standards with which Trudeau's allegations vis-a-vis India were dealt with. He said these allegations would not have been accepted had they been directed to any other country. Listen in to what he had to say.
Let's not normalize what is happening in Canada. If it had happened to any other country, would they have taken it, so calmly? So I think, it's necessary to call out, we are a democracy. We don't need to learn from other people what freedom of speech is about. But we can tell people this. We don't think freedom of speech extends to incitement to violence. That to us is misuse of freedom. It's not a defense of freedom. The ongoing problem really revolves around the permissiveness in regard to terrorism, extremism and violence. And this permissiveness is also reflected in the fact that some important extradition requests have not been responded to from their side. And most important, the fact that our diplomatic missions and our diplomatic personnel have been consistently and continuously intimidated in Canada.
So, S. Shankar pulling no punches there. But moving now to a related development, the Indian High Commissioner to the UK, Vikram Doraiswamy, was stopped from entering a Gurudwara in Scotland by Khalistani extremists. Now, this incident comes amid a row over Canada accusing India of involvement as far as the killing of Hardeep Singh Nijjar is concerned. Now, this video is going viral on social media. So, Khalistani extremists are actually seen blocking Mr. Doraiswamy from entering the Gurudwara and also threatening the managing committee of the Gurudwara as well. There you can see how Doraiswamy had to leave after they surrounded the car, his car in which he was. And when the Indian High Commission has also responded strongly to it, saying that this was deliberate disruption and this absolutely is disgraceful.
I strongly condemn this. मैं इसको कड़े शब्दों में निंदा करता हूँ. जो बेसिक कंसेप्ट है गुरुद्वारे का, वो है 4 दरवाजे. वो 4 दरवाजे कंसेप्ट क्यों हैं? क्योंकि कोई भी किसी धर्म से, किसी जात से, किसी वर्णन से कोई भी गुरु घर में आ सकता है. इस भावना से ये 4 दरवाजों का कंसेप्ट को बनाया गया है. हम वो कम्युनिटी नहीं है जो मार धाड़ जिस तरह की हमारी छवि बनाने की कोशिश की जा रही है. हम वो लोग नहीं हैं. हम सेवियर हैं इस मानवता के. अगर कोई सही मायनों में सेवियर हैं वो सिख हैं.
So, well, concerns over Indian diplomats being targeted by Khalistanis in the UK and Canada. But moving now to news from Jammu and Kashmir, security forces have foiled a major infiltration bid along the line of control in Jammu and Kashmir's Gurudwara district. 2 terrorists have been killed in the initial shootout, and combing operations are still underway to actually track down 2 more terrorists along the line of control. Well, the operation was launched by the army following the specific information by Jammu and Kashmir police about the infiltration bid. Many such attempts in the past, this one foiled successfully. Moving now to news from Tamil Nadu, justice is reaffirmed for rape survivors at this village in the state. But is it too little, too late? Sam Daniel has this report.
Justice reaffirmed for 18 rape survivors at this Vachati village in Tamil Nadu, and for more than 100 others, largely scheduled tribe members who were abused and tortured by police, forest and revenue officials 31 years ago. On Friday, the Madras High Court upheld the 2011 lower court's order convicting 215 people for rape, abuse and torture. The court also directed the government to pay a compensation of 10 lakh each to rape survivors, besides a job or help for self-employment. The order says that then collector, SP and DFO who failed to act ought to face strict action.
அவங்க எவ்வளவு நாங்க கஞ்சி சோறு இல்லாம தண்ணி இல்லாம வீடு இல்லாம போய் வெளியில ஆக்கித்தனமோ அந்த மாதிரி அவங்க அந்த தண்டனை எல்லாம் அனுபவிக்கணும்.
The atrocities took place during the late Chief Minister Jayalalitha's regime in 1992. Sandalwood smuggler Veerappan was still alive, and the villagers were suspected to be his silent supporters. Searching for sandalwood consignments for 3 days, the law enforcers unleashed a trail of terror, torture and sexual abuse. No FIR was filed for 3 years. Only after the Supreme Court ordered a CBI inquiry was there hope for justice. Despite the delay, the rape survivors and the villagers relentlessly pursued, backed by the communists and the Tribals Association. The atrocity behind this case is being seen as the worst ever against tribals in free India. While the order will bring some healing and justice to victims, it has taken 31 years and 54 accused had died even before the lower court order. A sad reflection of the slow process of justice, underscoring yet again that justice delayed is justice denied. In Chennai, Sam Daniel, Find TV.
What an absolutely gut-wrenching story there, pointing to the loopholes in our justice system. But moving now to what is a raging debate. The Law Commission has recommended and told the government that lowering the age of consent is detrimental and would lead to a rise in child trafficking and prostitution. Vasudha has more details on what the Law Commission has said.
After several courts pointed that aspects of protection of children from sexual offences, POCSO Act, were being used to punish sexual relationships among teenagers, the Law Commission's report on the age of consent submitted to the Law Ministry recently has advised courts to be cautious while going through these cases, as criminal intention may be missing in them. Remember that the current age of consent in India is 18 years, which means only at 18 years and above, a person is considered legally capable of agreeing to sexual intercourse. The Law Commission has recommended retaining the existing age of consent, noting that reducing it might impact the fight against child marriage and child trafficking. But a good thing that the Law Commission has done is that it has advised the Law Ministry to introduce guided judicial discretion in matters of sentencing in cases involving tacit approval of children in the age bracket of 16 to 18 years. The panel has suggested amending 2 sections of the POCSO Act to insert 6 new clauses each to allow courts to sentence an accused to any punishment lesser than the minimum jail term stipulated under POCSO. It has specifically made 3 conditions clear: that the child must be between 16 and 18, there must be tacit approval of the sexual act, and the accused must not be more than 3 years older than the girl. Remember, the POCSO Act was implemented in 2012 to curb increasing cases of child sexual abuse. It is seen as among the most stringent laws in the land, but in recent years, many cases have emerged where the law was used to criminalize teenage sexual relationships. Of course, the Law Commission's recommendations are not binding on the government, but they do have some persuasive value. Now, why is this matter so important? Well, in the last few years, many activists have pointed out that a significant number of cases booked under POCSO Act in the adolescent age group, which is 16 years and above, have a romantic involvement, including the girl and the boy eloping with the intention of getting married consensually. Largely, a number of these police cases were initiated by the parents of the minor girl. It was often observed that once the sexual act is confirmed, the POCSO Act was slapped on the boy, who often happened to be a minor, slightly above or barely of legal age for marriage. While boys often faced criminal prosecution, the girls were also sent to government institutions for counseling. This encounter with the law was wrecking not just the lives of minors but also of families, which is why in May this year, the Delhi High Court had said that adolescent love cannot be controlled by courts, and judges should be careful while hearing bail applications in such cases. The Karnataka High Court also told the Law Commission of India to reconsider the age of consent as stated in POCSO. Even the Chief Justice of India, D.Y. Chandrachud, has urged the legislature to review the age of consent. Remember, Justice J.S. Verma Committee on Amendments to Criminal Law has recommended that the age of consent be reduced to 16, and necessary amendments also get reflected in the POCSO Act. What is most important is that the POCSO Act stays true to its original purpose of creation, which is protection of children, and that laws that govern the land stay in tune with ground realities.
So, well, what really defines the age of consent for teenagers? Is it law or free will? We'll take a short break now. There's more on the other side. Welcome back. The gold rush for the Indian team at the Asian Games continues. Well, the Indian team won 2-1 in the final of the men's squash in Hangzhou. And well, the medal winners spoke to NDTV. They said that the effort we put in was exemplary. Take a look.
Saurabh, what was exactly going through your mind when Abhay was trailing 10-8 in the final game? Because there was a lot of everyone was silent, everyone was really relaxed on the bench, but I don't think that was the case with the rest of India, because their hearts were beating really fast, and for Abhay to go from 10-8 down to win it ultimately, what was going through your mind and within the team at that particular moment?
Look, I think obviously being in the sport, we've been in these situations a lot. I think what we were trying to relay to everyone in the team, especially last night, was winning and losing isn't entirely in our control. What is in our control is the effort we put in, and we need to make sure that every point we dig in and give the best we possibly can. At 10-8, match ball down, of course, I'm thinking we've come so close, but we might be so far from that elusive gold medal. But I think I was very proud of the fact that every single member of the team put in the best effort that we possibly could, and we controlled that controllable. Now that it turned out that we eventually won the gold and won the match, and it worked out in our favor is great, and we're super happy about it. But if it didn't, I would still be proud of everything. Of course, we would be disappointed as a team because you're so close. But I think the effort that we put in was exemplary, and we conducted ourselves in the best possible way on and off the court as well, which is very important.
So, well, what an incredible victory there, and many more to come. That's all the time that we have on this bulletin. Goodbye and keep watching.